This is a pretty low-end game for the PSVR. And in advance, I'm gonna say sorry because these guns are pretty loud. I'm not really sure if I can change um, the audio. Like, I'm not really sure if I can change the sound. I can just turn up the microphone that much. I don't know if it's too loud, but yeah. Anyways, first things first. Oh my god, my hands are messed up. Um, so this is a pretty low-end game for the PSVR. It's actually $25, I believe. I got a PSVR back before I got my PC. And this is basically the only thing because of the PSVR. I don't have an external microphone for my PS4. I wish I did, but it wouldn't be loud enough because it'd be far away over there, which is where my camera is set up. Anyways, I'm going to show you all my gun configurations. I have all the gun configurations. In this game, you can basically customize your gun to become better as it is, and there's certain things that you can do with it. You can add like suppressors, rails, stocks, as you can clearly see, extended magazines, which is pretty cool. This game is actually quite fun. If you're looking to just plink, which is target shooting, or you're just looking to play with some guns, but not really. But it's actually pretty fun. I haven't seen many people play this game, and there's a couple of number of reasons why I haven't seen people play this game. One of the reasons is some of the guns are basically sound the same or similar to other guns, and some of them features are not really as realistic as they should be. Like basically for this Deagle, for example, you probably won't see extended magazines out in the real world being used. I have no idea. I don't have a real life Deagle. Yeah, so that's probably why I'm calling it a Deagle. This is a Desert Eagle 50 AE. But this is my configuration that I personally use. I have some leftover money because in this game you can actually earn money to buy more weapons and customize whatever. It's a gold Deagle, and in this game there are different like forms, skins, I don't know, for these guns, like forms, I guess, and like different rarities. So there's a regular standard version, which I believe is this one. This is the regular standard version of the Deagle, which is just the standard Deagle, and then this one is the Deagle Gold configuration, and I believe with every like tier, which is, I think there's gold, depending on the weapon, there's like gold and platinum. So this one has gold and platinum. As you can see, it looks a little different. The handle, I kind of wanted the handle to be black, but I guess they went with the platinum gray, which doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look particularly great. But anyways, with these tiers, you can get upgrades as well. I think they come with upgrades than the regular version, but I choose to upgrade mine with like this stuff because I think this just looks kind of cool. Especially with the newer stuff they added in, like they added in muzzle brakes, which work on this gun, but for some apparent reason, if you go into upgrades, that is muzzle brakes are not an option to. Oh, there they are. Never mind, they are an option to choose. I personally like to use the Deagle with a suppressor. I don't know, it's kind of my preference. But maybe I can make a loadout with muzzle brake, because I kind of think muzzle brakes really don't belong on this one, because when it comes to customizing or upgrading my guns in this game, I kind of want mine to look aesthetically pleasing. But I guess it looks cool because it matches that. I only have one muzzle brake, and that's that. So let's just try out. Let's just try out that. That just looks pretty cool. So now we have like some target shooting. I think it's basically the same way muzzle brakes work in real life. These reduce recoil.
One. Move it.
I'm not really sure.
Perfect. Perfect. Stage clear. Dominating.
So, yeah. And I'll show you the real recoil between this and the suppressed version, because I kind of like shooting the suppressed version, but I actually think I kind of like shooting with the muzzle brake version because that was just really cool. It did reduce the recoil, and I know how it looks. So this is the regular. I'm trying to shoot. Where am I shooting something that doesn't have sound? So this is what the recoil is. It's pretty normal. So this is the recoil for the suppressed version. It's a little bit more, but I like it personally with the suppressor because I think it's just because I've been using a suppressed deagle for a long time. I love using the deagle because it's probably one of the better guns in this game, because even though it has a ton of recoil, it's not hard to keep your target on. As you can see, I don't have any sights up here, but I don't really use these sights in this game whatsoever. I don't really like some of these guns in the game have like an option where you can hold it with two hands, which I see no purpose for because you're really holding on to nothing in real life except the controllers, and it's kind of weird because your hands can kind of move like this and it'll just get your target off. So I don't really use weapons holding two hands. So this is my regular deagle conversion. This is how it's been for a long time, except the tactical rails. Those were recently on. It's been the suppressor and the extended mag for a long time. I have no other configurations for that. Next up we have what is called the TMP. This is one of my first SMGs in this game. As you can see, it has a weird looking sight. This sight has a cool feature, is that it can like... Sorry, that's just the people I live with. They're being really stupid. So anyways, this has a little cool configuration. I forget what all of these things are called. So the suppressor on here, I believe, is called... What is this? Impulsive suppressor. So that is what it is right here. Suppressors really don't do anything for stability, even though they say they do. I just think they look cooler, and they add, like, I guess, some sound, whatever sound. They reduce the sound, I guess. That's what it sounds like, compared to the really annoying sound that this thing makes, which is that. And when I have these headphones, they don't have really great drivers because PS4 doesn't have great audio. And I have to turn my volume all the way up. That's why I keep telling you guys I'm probably just going to show you ones with suppressors. This came with a foregrip, so I really don't use it either way. I wish I had the option to take it off, because I think it just kind of looks weird. Next thing is this stock. This is the tactical pistol stock, which is basically the only stock that I really wanted to use, because these stocks I just don't like, even though I bought most of these. I don't really use these stocks, actually. I don't use them on many stocks. I actually use this stock the most, because you'll see it on a lot of things. I just now started using this stock, and I don't think I want to change it off this one. So, yeah. The sight is a... What is this sight called? Oh, wait, is that it? No, that wasn't it. It is... Oh, that might have been it, actually. A 3.25x magnifying sight. Yeah, I guess it's cool. Good stuff. Yeah, I really don't use sights, even though I thought I was like, oh, sights are better for a long time. But now, when I'm just using this, which I don't really use it often, I'm probably just going to go like that because I don't use sights. Plus, I think it looks cooler. Yeah. And then, obviously, I added some zombie damage, which really does nothing. It just makes the damage higher. And then I added a... What is this thing? A 50-round pistol drum, which is cool because you can actually get larger pistol drums. It doesn't say how much it has, but I guess it's 100. Yeah, so it is 100. So that's that one. I don't think I have any other yeah, well, this one. In zombie missions, they have this thing, which is called requirement. and it's essentially it's like a thing that you have to follow, or like an attachment you have to have on in order to do this mission, and that's a flashlight. That's the only requirement you'll have to do, is flashlight. So yeah, I just got rid of the scope because I don't use it, and then put a flashlight on. Basically the same thing. As you can see, I still have the damage on, so pretty standard stuff. Again, I have no other configurations to that. FAMAS F1, even though I think this backwards, but this is my first configuration. This game has a weird little thing with like putting attachments where you don't want them. That's where it was, but it just slides them up for some reason. This is a burst. This is the burst thing, so as you can see, it does a burst. It also has automatic, which is the only way I use this thing. Because for some apparent reason, they decided to increase the fire rate, so that's cool. This is the first laser one that I have on. Since I put the grip down there, which it would make sense if it was up here, I decided to put up here. I use this one for zombies. I have an itch on my head. I use this one for zombies for a long time. And yeah, another threaded suppressor up here. That's what it's called, threaded suppressor, because it has these threads in here, even though they're on the outside for some reason. I believe this has an extended mag, even though it looks nothing like an extended mag. For some reason, that one has a curve magazine. And this one, yeah, I have a 39 round magazine, which is a lot. And I cannot actually afford a 60 round quad stack magazine, which would be kind of dope, but yeah. This is the one I've been using recently, even though I haven't been using this recently. I just thought this looks cool. Yeah, this has an option where you can sight it in, which really doesn't do anything. It only helps with where you want it. Where you want the laser at, like if you're shooting from this far away, which there really is no angle elevation in this game. You just shoot straight and you'll hit it. So there you go. I usually use this, what is it? I can't really tell. Like 100, 500, I can't tell. So we have a, what is this suppressor called? Oh, there it was. A SOCOM pistol suppressor, which looks absolutely horrid on this gun, but I barely look at it. I might actually just change it to this. Oh, that actually looks sick. That looks cool. The AR suppressor, a foldable foregrip, which I fold up most of the time, but it just looks. And I believe for sights, this thing has this, a 1.5 RDS, which again I don't use. That's another one. I'm not really sure what I use this one for, but that's something. Again, you can see how it slid my attachment forward for some odd reason. And that's it. P350. I don't use this thing. This is one of the first pistols, other than the Deagle, I bought. I bought the Deagle a while back. The Deagle is actually one of my first weapons I had. And then I took this one, and I think I just shot it kind of like this. It was a pretty big step because this thing has a huge magazine, like 17, 18 round magazine. Pretty big. I don't use this one other than this because that just looks really cool. I love that look. I like how I love how the P350 is kind of blocky, but only blocky where it needs to be. This one again for zombie missions. I just kind of like the way it looks. And this one, I guess I could use for zombie missions because it has a huge bayonet on it. Even though, if you get in this radius where you're going to have to use the bayonet, you're going to be taking damage from the zombies either way. So, it's kind of a flaw in my opinion. If I only use bayonets on longer guns, because that'd just be more ideal. Here we have the M870. I think this is what it's called in real life. Another SOCOM suppressor. I think you can actually change the bore of. I don't know if you can change the bore actually. I don't use shotguns in this game because oh yeah, you can. So the only thing that you can do with capacity wise is actually upgrade the capacity. Whoa, what is that? High shotgun, high capacity magazine. That's new. Oh my god, what is that? Dang, I want that. I want that now. That's a lot of money for that. That better be worth it. But anyways, I don't use shotguns in this game because if you have to do this the whole time, it's bad. Because, again, I told you guys I don't like doing this. Even though on shotguns, really, they're not as bad. But I don't like that at all because I don't want to have to manually prime. In real life, it would make sense because I would actually have my hands on something, but I don't. So yeah, I just kind of like the way it looks, and it looks cool. It has a higher capacity magazine, so I think 12 round magazine, yeah. SOCOM and a like a weird little mini RTS, and yeah, that's basically it. I don't have any other loadouts for it because again, I told you I don't use it. I never use shotguns. This again was one of my first pistols I owned because for some reason, yeah, there it is. For some reason, I don't know why I bought this thing. I remember buying it because it was like, oh, it's an iconic weapon, but I got it and I never used it because it's basically the Deagle, but I think a little worse. It's basically the Deagle, but worse. Because this does lower damage by a ton. And it has the same magazine capacity, and if it's not the Deagle, it's just really not worth it. So I just used this for a while because I thought it would be cool. It has an extended magazine, which still even isn't the best. It only has like 18, not even 18 rounds. How much does this have in there? 17 rounds, which is about where the P350 is, but I mean, you can get 9mm extended magazines, and I guess you can get these for this, but that doesn't make any sense because this is a 45 ACP gun. Oh, no, you can only get 21 round magazines. That looks cool. That actually looks pretty cool. Anyways, Sagia 12. It's a shotgun. I don't use it. Its capacity, even when upgraded, which I believe right now is 12. Yes, 12 round magazine. And there is no option to upgrade it because for some reason, when you have a bore shotgun, that you have an integrated magazine at the bottom, like a tube,